For me, I think my journey in this really shows the sovereignty of God. He has increased my faith incredibly just through one act of obedience. I had no idea that I would have to learn all that I've learned. I had no idea of really how big I believe that He is going to increase doors to freedom or bless doors to freedom. But it's been extremely encouraging in my walk, because we don't walk by sight, we walk by faith, and that's hard to do. And I look back and I think, I had no idea how to start a 501c3, but I just stepped out in believing that if God had called me to it, that He would help me through it. And He has shown me, He has placed people in my life with skill sets that I didn't have, and I'm just excited of what He's going to do. Not so much even just for me or the ladies that work with me, but for these kids, for me to be able to share this story, to say, wow, God saw you back in 2011. When He called me to this, He knew that our paths would cross because He cared so deeply for you. He heard your cry. He wanted you set free more than I wanted you set free. You have a good Father. And so to be able to share that with these kids that are so broken, I can think of no greater joy.
I'm Ashley. I am a marketing specialist here in the Low Country. I am the marketing coordinator for Doors to Freedom. I love Doors to Freedom because it's really trying to shine a light on a better tomorrow for these girls. It's something that I don't think the word hope can ever be undermined. And this organization really does provide hope for these girls.
My name is Chelsea. I am the awareness coordinator, which is a volunteer position at Doors to Freedom. I think the most important attribute of God is His unconditional love, and that even as a Christian, sometimes we forget that it's unconditional, but they have no clue, these girls have no clue what that feels like, to be loved unconditionally, because pimps, johns, mothers, fathers, grandmothers have all put stipulations on their love. It's something that, if they get in trouble, then, oh, you're kicked out of the house, or, but that's something that we get to share with them here at Doors to Freedom, is just being that constant. Yes, they mess up. Yes, they don't do their homework. Yes, they might run away, but yet we always are willing to open our arms and receive them back, because we know that on average they're going to run 7 times. I mean, it's a statistic, and we can't have that mentality of treating them with conditioned love. I mean, we have to be Jesus to them.
This faith walk that the Lord has had me on, I could say has not been easy. There are times it's hard and you persevere through that. If I could encourage other people or students, is one, you need to pray so that you can hear. You can hear God. And a lot of times we have our own idea or agenda of what we think our walk of faith is going to look like, and God's is so much bigger. And so you may not understand all of what He's saying to you, but you don't have to. If you can just act on that one step, take one step at a time in obedience of what He's asking you to do, He will show you the next step. And so it's the most exciting journey I've ever been on. It's the hardest journey I've ever been on, but it's also the most rewarding journey I've ever been on. And my faith story isn't done yet. God's still writing my faith story as I'm obedient to what He asked me to do. And I do that day by day by day. As I move forward in my faith journey, I always have people that will approach me after I speak or at an event that we are having, and they'll say to me, how can I help? And I believe that's something that you pray about, that you ask God, what is your part in this? And when you find out what that is and what He's equipped you with, what are your skills, what are your talents, what is He impressing upon your heart, that you step out in that one thing that He's showing you, and then He will cultivate the rest. And even if you think He may be asking you, He asked me to start a home. I had no idea how to do a 501c3, but He will provide the people. It will be an amazing journey for you, like it has been for me, and you will see a sovereign God take everything that has happened in your life and make something beautiful out of it. But you have to step out in obedience and hear his voice and trust that he does have a beautiful plan for your life.